Today I am talking with A.J.Rozan, who is going to be teaching a workshop July 18th through the 31st called Crime Writing and Other Fiction Long and Short. And S.J. has written 11 books in the Lydia Chen, Bill Smith series, 2 other standalones, and then just a bunch of other stuff. And so, welcome. I was going to call you Lydia.
People do.
Yeah, welcome, SJ.
Hi.
So this workshop, can you talk a little bit about what's the one thing you want people who are thinking about, should I sign up for a workshop? Shouldn't I sign up for a workshop? What you want them to know?
Well, what happens in a workshop is different. I know that there are people who say, well, I have a beautiful writing space at home. I can just hang out and write. Why should I go all the way to Italy and live in a hotel for 2 weeks? What happens in a workshop, and especially this workshop is connected also to the art workshop. There'll be painters and pastel artists there. And what happens is you're living in a community of artists, and you begin to think of yourself as an artist. You're not a teacher who has the summer off so you're going to write a book. You are a writer there with the other writers and the painters and the photographers, and it makes a huge difference in how seriously you take your own work. And that's, I think, a major reason to come to a workshop like this.
So in this particular class that you've designed, what are you most excited to share with the participants?
Well, one of the best things that happens is that people realize through the exercises we do, through the workshopping, through how we work on their manuscripts, that the thing that's hardest to get, you already have, which is your own voice. And people discover that. They dig it out through the kind of work we do together and through seeing other people's answers to the same problem that they're answering. Everybody answers the problem in what seems to them the best, most obvious, and most logical way, sometimes the only way. And then they realize, no, it's their way. And that's very special. And that is a moment that I love to share with people.
So for people who are thinking, oh, do I have the stuff to take this class? Are there some criteria that a potential participant should use to determine whether or not this would be a good class? I mean, should they be published? What's your thinking about the level of that you want to work with?
Yeah, absolutely not. I've worked with people who have multiple books out in the same workshop as people who came with nothing. We will workshop your manuscript if you bring it. We'll workshop stuff that you do in class or in the outside class assignments. The only criterion is that you're willing to, well, there are 2. One is you're willing to work hard. We do work hard in this workshop, and I know you're in Italy, you're in Assisi, one of the most beautiful places in the world, lots of great food, lots of great walks to take, all of that, but also you need to work hard. You need to do all the assignments, bring them to class, and get to class on time. Because I can't emphasize that too much. It displays a respect for yourself and your fellow writers that is essential to the process. But in terms of previous experience and level of your own writing, you really can't judge that. Previous experience you can judge, you can publish or you haven't. It doesn't really mean anything in terms of who you're going to be as a writer. So I will take not only writers at every level and mix them together and they'll all be stronger for it. I will also take writers in any genre. If you're thinking, okay, this is all very well, but I really want to write a romance novel, and nobody thinks much of romance novels, so why should I come? Wrong. If you want to write a romance novel, we are going to help you write the best romance novel you can possibly write. Science fiction, crime, which is what I write, literary fiction, anything you want to do will get respect and serious work in this workshop.
You know, this is not the first time you've taught workshops for many years. So is there an experience that you had in a workshop that really altered the way you thought of as a writer or changed your writing in any way?
I only in my life took one workshop, which was in the very beginning in Montana, Yellow Bay, Montana. And it was that moment of, it's early in the workshop, and it was that moment of respect when I looked around the room and I realized everybody here thinks I'm a writer. I knew I was an architect who had an urge to write a book. They didn't know that about me. They knew that about me, but that wasn't important. They didn't care. They thought I was a writer, just like I thought they were writers. We were all writers together in a room. It was amazing. And from that moment, I was a writer. And I would like people who come to my workshops to share that moment of taking themselves really seriously as writers.
Anything else you want to say about the workshop?
Well, the thing that the Assisi workshop has that's special, unique, and fabulous is you're in Assisi. You are in one of the most beautiful places on the planet. We work outdoors. My workshop works outdoors. Some of them work indoors. We work outdoors on the terrace with a view of the Umbrian Plain below. You have your room with the same view. Even in the rain, it's gorgeous. The food is fabulous. The hotel loves us. You know, we're old friends there. We're like family coming back. So it'll be a great experience surrounding the experience of being in a workshop working on your writing. It is just a fabulous 2 weeks. You'll leave energized. You'll leave ready to go back. The hardest thing is to keep it going when you go back because you've got it going when you leave, I promise you.
Thank you so much.
Well, thank you. This was fun.